Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, August the 16th. My friend Dr. C.B. Chastain is here. Good to have you, Dr. Chastain, from the University of Missouri Veterinary Teaching Hospital. What's the new name now?
Health Center.
The Health Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Veterinary Health Center.
Yeah, all right. So they changed the name several months ago. I still think of it as a teaching hospital.
So do
but
I.
what a wonderful asset that is in our community. I had to use it a couple of months ago in an emergency situation, and it really is good to have here. But today you wanted to talk about ticks on our pets?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 16 known diseases that ticks carry, and Missouri has 6 of those. In fact, we didn't know about the 6th one until this year.
And what is that?
The bourbon virus.
The bourbon virus. What is the bourbon virus?
Well, it's like most of the others. You know, it causes a flu-like illness. It can cause rash, and there's some concern, especially with the very young and the elderly, that they could get fatal disease from it. Mm-hmm. But there's only been one case so far, but that case was significant because the person that got it had contracted the disease in the state. He didn't get it somewhere else and then bring it in.
So now you're talking about a human being here who's been bitten by a tick.
Yeah, but that's relevant to dogs too, because a lot of dogs can bring ticks into your household. Mm-hmm. So even if it doesn't, and it might affect dogs, we just don't know, it's too new. But even if it doesn't affect dogs, dogs can be a vector to bring it into the house.
So Rocky Mountain spotted fever, that's part of the tick disease here too, correct?
Yes.
Now,
it's more common in the Midwest than it is in the Rocky Mountains by far.
Is that right?
Yes.
Also, ticks can cause an autoimmune problem in dogs and cats, can it?
Well, it can cause an arthritis that seems like an autoimmune disease. Now, there is another, now that you bring up allergies, there is a new disease where people can get a red meat allergy from being bitten by ticks.
You're just bearer of good news all around here, CB.
What's scary to me is that 5 of these diseases, plus the allergy, are all carried by the Lone Star tick.
And which is it? Lone Star tick? Is that the little tiny tick?
That's the one. Well, they all can be really tiny at some stage in their life. That's the one that has a white dot on the back. The female does, and they're really common.
Okay, but you know what I've noticed now? About a month ago, I just walk out into the field, and I've got 20 ticks on me. They just jump on me like I'm a dog. But I noticed the past week or so, I have not noticed the ticks like about a month ago. Are they going away right now?
You're not going to see as many adults as you do in the spring and the early summer. But the number of seed ticks, the immature forms that can also attach and carry disease, are going to be increasing. So
what do we do? We're out of time here, but what do we do to prevent tick illness? Well,
there's a number of things that you can give your dog or put on your dog to help prevent them or kill the ticks after they bite. There's sprays that have permethrin in it, which discourages the bites and can kill the tick before the tick bites the dog. Keep your lawns mowed, keep the dogs away from shrubbery, put up temporary fencing if you have to keep them out of the shrubbery.
Mm-hmm. And the medication that you put on the dog's neck once a month, a frontline thing.
Yes.
And that works.
That works, yes.
Okay. So they don't have anything like that for people though, do they?
No, not really.
Sometimes I think I need to put some frontline on me. Let's go out. But if you want more information, what's the telephone number they can call?
882-7821.
Okay. Dr. C.B. Chastain, thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
by.
Paul.
Okay. A fountain of information with us today. Now we have MARILYN McLEOD, League of Women Voters, and you're talking about a production that you have coming up in September.
Yes, this is unusual for us, actually. We do an annual play with Columbia Entertainment Company, but this one's a little different. Every September, we usually have a program in honor of Constitution Day, because we believe very strongly in democracy and the Constitution, all that good stuff. This play
When is Constitution Day?
It's usually about September 18th, something like
And
that.
that's
I don't have the exact date.
Yeah. You go down on Speaker's Circle at the university, right, and read the Constitution and give out copies of the Constitution?
I haven't done that. We'll need to do
I
that.
think, well,
We've
years
done it in the
ago,
past,
years ago,
yeah.
the League of Women Voters did that.
Yeah.
Laurie Emerson used
Okay,
to
right.
spearhead that.
Right. We'll have to bring that back again.
Okay.
That's a good one. Well, this is a play called Practicing Democracy, and we're going to have 4 performances of it, September 21st, 22nd, 23rd in the evening. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then a Sunday afternoon at 2. It's a play that's about 75 minutes, so it's not a very long play.
Was it written by the League?
No, this was written by David Weber, who is a professor of political science at the university.
Okay.
And he's kind of taken to being a playwright, so it's kind of neat. We want the public to come to this. The tickets are very reasonable, $10 general public, $5 for college students, free for students. We want students to come. What it will do is raise questions about ethical behavior in elections. You have two candidates in a primary, so there's no party issue here. We try to stay nonpartisan. And what decisions they make. And they talk with a person who David Weber has modeled after some people that he really respected, among them George Parker, who was a local person. I don't know if you recall him. Maybe some of the listeners recall him. He started the Pachyderm Club here in Columbia. And Harriet Woods, who was a state senator and lieutenant governor.
Harriet Woods, yeah.
And how they gave great wisdom to him, and then he's kind of added that into this play. Not their characters, but what they had to say. So it's just an opportunity for the public to watch characters act out without being real. You know, it's not a real campaign, but to raise questions about ethical behavior.
Did he bring in any of the activities from last year's presidential election?
Well, it will raise questions about ethics and, is democracy in crisis? What's the impact of technology on elections? A lot of different questions will be raised. And then we hope that after each performance, there'll be discussion.
Okay.
So
the date and the time and the place is?
The Missouri United Methodist Church on 9th Street.
September 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And it's about an hour-and-a-half production?
Right.
And it's called Practicing Democracy. Okay, and if people want more information, they can go where?
We will have a website. It's in process and should be available within a few days of this broadcast, called practicingdemocracy.org.
Okay, thank you so much, Marilyn, for coming by.
You.
Practicingdemocracy.org, and you can find out all about it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.